Tengo poco pelos.
How you been, man?
Been good. What about you, bro?
Good. Welcome to the channel, okay?
Welcome to Circuit Jerk.
We're two guys sitting in a circle
Allegedly being jerks to each other
being jerks.
and talking some random stuff. So,
All right. So my name's Leo. If you don't know already, which I know most of you do, all 6 of you subscribers. Shout out to y'all. And here is a good friend.
I go by Lopez. But currently I won't use my name, but most Leo will probably know me as my username Playwolf, but Lopez will be fine at the current moment.
I'll tag his ads below.
Appreciate it. I'll do the same to you.
All right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Whatever's on your mind, man. You saying you don't want to get canceled, so
I'm not gonna get canceled. I'm not gonna post stuff that's gonna get me canceled. I know the camera's on, and I can post whatever I want, but I can also edit like the first 5 minutes out of it. So don't worry.
I know.
Feel comfortable. Don't get nervous. Okay.
I'm not just thinking about what I usually use. Crazy. I use have out of pocket shit. What's the current move? We talk about anime.
All right. Let's talk about Solo Leveling. How about that? You watch that? Read it?
I've seen some of it, but I read some of the comics. Maui, I think it's called.
Yeah. So chat. How do you? What is it? It's a Korean.
As far as I've read, it's something
It's
based
like
on Korean, Chinese, but mostly Korean.
Korean based comic books.
Yeah, it's
manhwa.
I guess you can call it manga if you want to. I guess most people will get really pissed. Personally, for me, I wouldn't get mad. I still think it's the same thing, but I get it. Manga has like a different art style versus Maui, since every has is like more based on more action, romance, and they have no problem going more deeper with the novels.
This guy's going balls deep in this right now, guys.
Nah, I'll be truthful. I really got into Maui like reading some novels about turning into Maui's. Some of them are like pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah, if you need to adjust your mic, go ahead. Don't worry. Don't worry. If there's parts that I find like are not appropriate to the video, or like it was you scratching your fucking armpit, or like you flashing or something, I'm gonna edit that part out. Don't worry.
Allegedly,
okay?
you wouldn't do that.
I'll keep it to myself.
Good.
All right, I'm taking my glasses.
Let's say for me, like I didn't hear Level Soloing until a couple months before it came out. The anime. For me, it was really more based on.
When did you start watching it or reading it? My fault.
I think a year and a half ago. For me, it was based on more like novels.
I started reading it last year in May when I think they first announced Solo Leveling coming out. When they first got announced, that's when I started reading it because I like to stay ahead of the game. And me personally, I like to do a comparison of how bad the fucking anime studio. Chopped up my boy.
I mean, it's not. At least it's gonna be showing something. I think compared for at least for that, it's gonna be more.
Let's not forget Tokyo Ghoul.
That, but I say it's gonna be. It can't be worse.
R.I.P.
Because what I noticed in Maui, they do romanticize a lot of those dark novels. You know how people have those memes about women or people reading dark novels like 50 Shades of Grey, where it goes all of that. It's times. It's worse. It's times 10.
And manhwas?
Yes, for real. It's much more crazy.
All right, chat. Drop the link.
Like, I'll tell you one example. I read the first one I got into is called. I think I Tamed My Ex-Husband's Mad Wolf. It's okay. It kind of weird. Okay, but so hear me out.
I'm hearing you out. Hearing you out.
So what is based on the story? Age gap, so it'll come to place. To travel back to time, like reverses or regresses, whatever the term.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the day she lost her father, and the day her husband decides to just leave her, and because she had a whole side chick and everything.
No, man.
I think she's like
can't trust man, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm a cheater.
Bro.
No, I'm not.
But I think it was like I don't know.
I am a cheater.
There's a problem because there's a age gap, so it'll come to place. I think she's like 15 to 18, so it doesn't really specify the age if you don't have ChatGPT or anything.
Age is just a number.
Bro.
Cancel.
So she remembers everything. Remember that she's that he's the reason her dad dies. I think it was that, and he tries to walk away acting all tough and shit, and she's like an idea what most people would consider wanting as a strong female protagonist. She like grabs a sword and stabs him to the leg, like around below the ankle. She fucks him up so bad he can now walk again. He like walks with a cane, like oh fuck, all messed up and stuff. So instead of being acting like a douche, he's like a cripple and self hating everyone. So she gets banned to her father's lefting region kingdom and goes around and all that stuff and meets this boy that saves her when the person that was supposed to betray her turns against her. And after taking that boy in, trying to act like a mother figure and stuff, he finds out that boy belongs to one family that finds out that he's actually the half brother of her ex husband. That later on, in the future, in the past, ended up growing up to be his mad dog, like his personal attack dog that let him being like the top G or
Top G. Shout out to Angie Tate.
From Ruth, because his story is that he was a product of like every typical story, like his dad just came around by like Game of Thrones style around the region, decided to have some fun with one of the other noble houses, and kind of like ripping up from Greek mythology, like with Hera, the queen, the empress did not take that shit lightly and decided to like massacre the whole family and stuff.
That's wild.
And ends up her surviving, and then having the
Hey,
kid.
is there an anime to this yet?
Oh, bro, no. I think I think it just finally ended around this month, and if it did, bro, I swear to God, this shit's it would get canceled. See,
Okay, yeah, that's not gonna get animated, guys.
bro, because I say.
What if you're interested in that story? What was the name of it again? I was about to put the mic on you, but you got a mic.
Sorry. It's called "I Tame My Ex-Husband's Mad Dog." But just to sum it up, there's a great.
No. Let's let them figure it out.
All right, just give
them a good brief explanation of what's happening, but don't summarize the whole story.
Sorry. My bad. It's like a
don't spoil.
It just gets to the point, but it gets to the point that there's a great story that kind of resembles like Game of Thrones vibes and House of the Dragon. Since
I've never watched Game of Thrones, so I don't know.
Basically, whatever show you've seen with morally dark gray characters, like they're not. She's not good. Goku. She does things like manipulates and does things.
I manipulate.
Like every character is not morally good or evil. Like there's no good and evil. Just like Warhammer style, they're all levels of questionable at best. But long story short, it does have like an age gap. I think the character, the male lead, starts out being 12. I think. I don't know for sure. He's between the age of 8 or 12. By the end of the story, he's like 27. So and it has like weird. It has like a lot of adult themes. I think another one's called Agnos or something like. I think he's referred to the style of a genre of suffering. Like it has a lot of suffering and pain into it before it goes to good. And
like Berserk.
I'd say more like that to an extent, or mostly more emotional and abuse to an extent. And
so if you guys have trauma, you guys want to relate to a character, and it's a good story.
At first, you're going to start hating them like halfway through, like after the first. I think if they ever did animate, the first season would be good. The second season,
I know we kind of got off topic. We were talking about Solo Leveling.
Sorry. Either way, this would not be. There's going to be a lot of hate on it. There's like just spoiler warning. There's child abuse, some non-consensual stuff.
Oh yeah, you can tap it right there.
And other stuff, but besides that, it's up to you. I think it's all right for a first read, but I will not continue it. That was my experience of it. But yeah, let's go back to Solo Leveling. What made you get into? Like, what do you want to read about it?
What made me want to read Solo Leveling was the fact that these people were glazing on this guy way before this year, and I was like, what's the big hype about this show or this manhwa? So, and then obviously the name Solo Leveling gets here. Like, it piqued my interest because it kind of explains the story. You're leveling up solo, and like somebody who's always me being somebody who always wants to achieve like the greatest in anything and everything.
For sure.
You gotta level up in life. So I was like, what's this about? I thought it was like, obviously I thought it was like a game. I don't know what it's called, like RPG or whatever. I don't play.
You mean RPG?
Yeah. Is that what it's based off?
No. RPG is like the style of gaming.
Oh well, I don't know. I just know it was like.
Do you have an idea what it might be?
No. I'm not a big gamer, guys.
Keep that on. That might be our later topic in a later video. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. So I read the first chapter and I was like, yo, I relate to this guy. This was like last year, bro. Dude, not depressed, but dude's fighting for his life pretty much and like,
of course,
dying. I'm not dying and fighting for my life, but I felt the struggle of trying to make money. trying to make it, make it to the big leagues, and you're at the bottom type deal.
For sure. And then hearing how much they're making, like some of them, some of the solo levelers are actually winning like shit, like not even getting good amount. So for me, it's like, damn. So you mean to tell me I'm dying myself, like if I'm working like for, let's say for Little Caesars for $10 an hour, and I'm getting my ass whooped for that, just to make sure if I actually
it was a change of perspective.
Yeah,
I'll say that because it's not just it's not just a guy getting stronger. It's a guy that's like with a purpose. So after like what really hooked me up was when he was clearing the dungeon to get to the Demon King guy, right?
Yeah,
like the 100th level or something.
Yeah, I think it was like that.
And it was like, oh, you either go out and do it or you're gonna die, because I think there was like a no return deal, or you can't exit until it's complete.
I think something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I can't say.
Oh, was it Icarus when he fought Icarus? He can't.
Probably, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh no, you had to clear. No, you had to clear each level completely. If you didn't, you had to restart. I can't forget. I read the whole thing last year. I read it all in like a week. So I was like, I gotta read it. And by the way, in my opinion, the anime is not doing the manhwa.
Of course, not everything's gonna be 100%.
It's like, not, and I'm not complaining about it. It's just some scenes. It's like there's some scenes that I've noticed that in the manhwa it's like goofy.
Yeah,
it's like lighthearted. And then in the anime they keep it like stone cold hard.
It's because I think it's to an extent that they feel like they did a bit more serious. Not serious, but the way they do it, people might take it serious, or they have to cut it to an extent.
But to me, that's what makes an anime unique. Like if you like Demon Slayer, of course, it's got really bad and sad backstories to the villains and to like the people, and then they got like really goofy moments. Like you're like, makes you forget about the whole shit that happened. I think because and then you got a main character who went through like the most traumatic experience ever.
Of course, I think from my opinion.
So in my opinion, when a anime and manga, whatever you want to call it, has a mix of all these kind of things, it makes it unique. Because if it's just serious all the time, okay, you're like, I can't really goof off watching this.
For me, if I can ingest an opinion, you. Man, you're too rude. It's kind of, man, you're too cold-hearted. But it's like this. I think the best example is like kind of saying like Attack on Titan. Like most people did not like season 4 of it, and you may say why. Well, because there's a lot.
Who didn't like?
I'm not gonna say names, man. I just say it like this: people did not like, except when they got to the action.
If you did not like Attack.
I'll say an example. Let's say a couple of friends of ours, even SB, we don't know. They say they don't like it because there's a lot of talking to it. Some people might not understand the deeper level of it. Might be the same thing while we're here. They feel like it adds too much, either adds or it doesn't add too much to the story. With certain parts of it, maybe they thought like it was unnecessary things, or probably would take longer. Like if they adapted that shit, I'm pretty sure they would have to extend the series longer than they should, and I don't think they got the budget. Or some things they don't consider important. Like as I said, like Tokyo Ghoul, even though they butchered to Wade and it's not remembered, and I know there's another anime that I just can't remember. I can't put my finger on it.
I know one anime. This anime studio kind of it didn't fuck up the story, but the animation was just ass with 7 Deadly Sins.
That could be.
Stopped watching it after like season 2 because the animation was so trash.
Okay,
and at that point, I was already caught up with the manga. How do you was gonna happen?
True. I think I got a better example. Another one would be like this Full Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
The first one is based on. Well, it was supposedly based on the manga, but then they switch a couple of things that doesn't make it bad. It still makes it good, but if not follows the story of the manga. It's like definitely is a 180. Like they are not this. They have the same characters, but they take a different route in their own way. Sorry. And there's some of them are like that because it might either add or not add to things. But then we got those episodes that have like things that were not in the manga. Like for example, with the comics Invincible.
I never watched. I never read or watched Invincible.
I know, but I'm just saying like a scene, like for instance, the whole "I'm lonely" scene. People that might have read the comics, they'll know that thing that never existed. They just added it, or some characters like The Walking Dead, like Daryl. Daryl in the Walking Dead series is canon. It's canon. But in the show, he never exists. So it's fair to say this, that, or in my opinion...
Was my mic on not the whole time, chat?
Damn, that feels awkward now.
Oh, is yours on?
Yeah, I made sure it was on.
Let me use my charger real quick.
Yeah. I guess it's fair enough. Here you go. Sorry.
Very good, man.
Yeah. What else? Just thinking of the other animes I think of.
Dang, my thing was really dead.
We can share. Just the two of us. We can make it all so real. Just the two of us.
Ah, damn it, chat. I'm sorry.
You got another one?
Another what?
Those.
No, I only got 2.
Bro, you really fucked yourself over.
I didn't. Got mic right there on top, but it's not wireless. Alright, I'm gonna keep it right
I
here.
think we'll hear both of us. We'll take one turn.
Alright, you grab it when it's your turn. Alright, so we was just talking about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So, in your opinion, like this is way off. It's still charging. I know. I should have charged it overnight. My phone.
That's cool.
Well, fucking Yair, that must have not turned it off because I was looking at the whole time. And I was like, "Where's the green light?"
I think we can go to the next question.
All right, here's a good question to not just this guy, but to y'all. So, like, what was like the one anime that changed your perspective in life?
Can you clarify? Like any?
What was an anime? For example, for me, an anime that changed my life and my perspective of seeing things in the world was One Piece. And y'all probably like, y'all glazing, he's glazing. Not One Piece really like made you think. But besides One Piece, the one after that I would probably say would be Vinland Saga. But that's me. A lot of people like the positive message it gives out towards the end of season 2. Because if you watch it, you know what happens in season 1, and going to season 2, you're like, wow, it's beautiful. So, what was an anime that made you change your perspective in life, or change your life entirely?
Okay, I think I got. It's crazy too, and I think I don't know if it's allowed. I got 3 I can think of right now.
Say them all, bro.
And I also got one that I hate so much but that would be a
all right. We don't hate here around here.
We'll see about that. Okay.
Oh, my mic's not even here in front of me. Damn it.
I guess one of the some of the animes you mentioned, I think it's also One Piece. Another would be Naruto. Be not saying the sequel, just straight up the
first
Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Anything that mentioned beyond that, Tensei I think it's called, but in English it's called Jabba's Reincarnation. Or the memes called Deity Tensei. I know it's
Jabba's Reincarnation.
Yeah, you never
heard
the
slime guy?
No.
No, that one's literally called The Time I Got Reincarnated to a Slime.
Yes, that's a. This one's about a guy.
Yeah, talk about it. I've heard about it, but I never watched it.
It's I kind of read the most of it to the point that I understand the full story in this manga. It's about this guy in his 30s or so. Would be considered like the loser of the situation, but one day
I'm close to that.
You're not the only one, but then he sees these kids like harassing this girl, and he saves her, and then I guess risks his life to save one of the guys. And he gets hit by the typical
Truck-kun.
Yeah, Truck-kun. I think.
No, not Truck-kun.
And then he gets
He's the goat, though.
he gets reincarnated into a world where it's been through a lot of cycles, and he reincarnates into a body that was not meant to survive. We all know, we understand him. It's probably take a long. It's basically like this cycle's been going so long that it's been going through a repeated cycle. Every person goes to a certain role. They're already meant to do something predictable. Like these characters, they have a kid in any normal timeline, that kid ends up dying. Like he's a stillborn. In this version, he ends up getting possessed by the 30-year-old guy, and that's why he gets so controversial stuff. But basically, what I liked about it is because you see the there's like happy moment, but also the series. Like sometimes you can have like enjoy like a friendship like you and I, all good and stuff, and then the next time you lose them. It shows you to treat and value your life to an extent. Like you never know what you're gonna lose, or how people, or sometimes how you build yourself up. Or
I need to watch that one.
You should, but I'm not gonna blame them. It does deserve some of the hate or controversy against it, since it takes a different approach from our time. Like for example, one of the characters, and they probably ever know since people talk about it. So since the main character has 3 wives, and one of them is like one understand the second one is either he cheats on his first wife, or if you depending on the other way, what will eventually become his second wife ends up taking advantage of him in his depressive moments. That's up to someone else. But then another one's when he has his third wife and his job is reincarnation. It's a good anime, but it does has its moment controversy. That's why it is, and it's for the tougher soul.
All right, y'all heard it now. Jabba's reincarnation is one of his top three, along with One Piece and Naruto. Naruto and Naruto should put it, not Boruto. So, next question. What is one anime that you got recommended and you put it off for so long, but when you watched it, you're like, damn, why did it take me so long to watch it? Do you have an anime like that? Mine, I will say, is probably two, but I'm gonna go with one. It's ReZero. Cause I've never been a big fan of reincarnated animes. What are they called? Isekais?
Yeah, I think
I was never a fan of those because like why are you gonna get this guy killed and put him in a new world? Like what was wrong with the previous world type shit, you know? But I understand it's a good way to make a made up world that's already made up. But this one I felt was different because this dude kept dying and dying. So I was like, okay, this is a little interesting, and I liked it. No cap, I cried, and
I think that's a real part. Like, let's say for example, this is like the equivalent of playing. I don't know if you have played, but it's playing like the Souls game. Like let's say Elden Ring, and then you're getting killed every single time. You would think it's already bad enough when you're playing a game like this, but experiencing it in real life, and then every time you getting through hardship and you're actually feeling it. Not a lot of people have the soul. Like, and the worst part, you can't quit. You're stuck to this 100%. Like in games, you can call quits and never play it again. But this in the anime, it's like you're experiencing in real life, and that's why I feel like it's like you have to. If it was anyone, you have to have balls of steel to survive in that world.
And there was this one scene I liked about it. It was like the older man, had that wife that tried to kill that big ass whale, or I don't know what it was. It's like a whale in the sky, some killer whale. That to me was pretty like heart touching. And to me, I really like that episode where like it's fucked up, but like he was carrying that dead body's girl, and then his head got chopped off in the snow. That episode was like a 10 out of 10. The music, I don't know what it was, but that ending was just like made you pause it, close your computer, and just look out the window for like a good hour. Like, damn, bro, you know. And like, and I can imagine this is probably wild for people that watched it like as they aired.
Yeah.
I watched it and it was like a really like, 20 episodes more ahead for me to watch. But that to me was like the one anime I was like, dang, I wish I watched it sooner. What's yours?
So overall, one of them I can think of is One Piece at the moment because, believe it or not, I did see some videos of it, but sorry,
You can hold it.
I was always told and shit that these did see some of it. I never saw it during high school, and it's crazy. I more like got into it like maybe a year or two after high school. That's when I started to really watch into it.
So back in 2021.
I guess so, around that age. I really didn't see it, and I see it. I'm like, damn, it's really good. Yeah, I get the criticism that's long and stuff, but like,
It's not long
I guess so. But it's also it does.
One Piece is not long enough. If you can't watch it, you got commitment issues.
I see. You're not wrong about that. Mostly, it does develop every character and use every blood point because, again, like let's say like Attack on Titan, I like it as an anime.
You like Attack on Titan because you mentioned it twice already.
No, let me explain.
No problem with that. I like it.
I think it's good, but it don't. But
poster.
I still think it's good. I think, but the problem for me, season 4 really went downhill. I don't think it's good. They did some things like plot points that just didn't work out, or character development. Like for instance, like Historia, the whole thing with her pregnancy. That what annoyed me because we all were led to believe that's Aaron's kid, just to turn out like yeah, that village guy that she had that bullied him, bullied her the whole time. You're suddenly telling me that she actually just decided to be with him and had the whole thing and having his kid. I did not accept that. And there's more other plot points that ended up becoming plot holes that had no sense or no point to the story. Like at this point, I would have accepted that if the kid was Reiner's or if it was Levi's, because at least I could find a level of sense. But to just make it hype it up to be important, just to turn out it wasn't. That was annoying me. But this is what I like about One Piece. One Piece, all the plot points are developed. It leads to somewhere. It gets completed. I understand it takes long and stuff, and the development's long, but it does actually do it. Instead of like other animes where they just throw it away and turn a 360. Another example would be like you say Tokyo Ghoul, where it butchers the character certain scenes that was in the anime and changes characters' opinions or development.
Okay, One Piece is a valid one. If you don't already realize, I'm a One Piece fan. I don't know about Dylan. Are you a big One Piece fan?
Oh, that's a secret I'll keep to myself. But you can tell if I am or not. But I say at least we're getting releases from One Piece. If we're talking about Berserk, I swear to God, I think by the time we're like in our 60s, we're barely gonna be finished with they're barely gonna be done.
What's
Like,
unfortunate was that the author, the manga guy, died.
no, of course, that's a shame. But at least his what was it? His friend
His editor,
is
his
that
companion.
knows about the stories continuing on. It's of course it won't be like how most people say like the original, because of course since he died, only he knew the vision. But I assume since his friend shared the same vision, then we might see what might be the ending. It still gets frustrating that it's taking longer than it should.
I'm sure they got like a plan. Like I'm sure, like One Piece. I'm sure one Oda told his staff, like, hey, or if he's about to die, he's gonna tell his closest friend, like, hey, this is the story, the way I want it to go, make it happen.
Let's hope so, man. Because
But God forbid, Oda's gonna finish the story for us and give us the true ending and what the One Piece is. Which reminds me, what do you think the One Piece is? Is it the friends you made along the way? I swear to God, when I first started thinking about it, I was like, it's got to be the friends you made along the way.
you want me to be for real?
I want you to be for real.
I think it's Goldie Rogers mustache. Like I feel like he might have gone there. He saw a replica of it in the future. It's full of gold, and he's decided to keep it.
Chat, what do you guys think is the One Piece? Like drop some ideas in the comments or shoot them, DM them to me. But it's been what 20 something years, 25 years since One Piece released out into the world.
I think almost older than me, man.
One Piece actually, fun fact, if you look it up on your phone, look up the day One Piece got released. I was born, this is probably a little bit too much, but I was born in 1999. And the day One Piece got released,
My phone's messed up.
it's okay, I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna edit the part out for us waiting and looking it up.
It says October 2nd. Sorry, October 20th, 1999.
So if you want me holding that. So One Piece's first episode was released on October 20th, 1999. Guess who was born that day?
Oh, you for real?
I was born the same day One Piece was released. The anime, I don't know what day the manga was released, but
That has to be crazy for it actually to be like that.
I'm a huge One Piece fan. For me to have my birthday the same day as the day that One Piece was released on air, dude, I feel some type of way.
It definitely would, and this is definitely for anyone that came from the manga. It supposedly got serialized around July 22nd, 1997, but it was first released a collection volume around December 24th, 1997. Literally almost like 2 years before the anime was straight.
So it took 2 years for my goat Luffy to get his own show. 2 years. Imagine these other shows are out here taking years to get an anime adaptation. My goat Luffy was ahead of the time. But yeah, that's a cool fun fact. Now you guys know my birthday, so don't use that.
I say that, okay. Since you like this,
I'll leave that part in. But sorry. But One Piece got that one special place in my heart. And when I found out that was released, on that day, I was like, yo, One Piece is me. We for life. But in my opinion, I think the One Piece is something that we probably go and the way I see it is the One Piece is probably something we overlook every day. In my opinion, I feel like that's what it is. It's something that we have in our lives every day, and we just never notice it.
It probably so, or simply, as most people say, the one. It's not the One Piece that becomes the matter of it, but more like the journey towards it. You know how most people say it's not about the destination, but the journey.
Yeah.
It'd be like this: the One Piece, no one really knows what it is. Even if it was, maybe it's not as important as what really it is. Like you can see, like the story right now with Luffy. We started with him being just a nobody with a guy with a hat. It's coming up from a barrel, and now he's like
From the East Blue, my goat.
And now he's almost to the point that he's considered an emperor, like a menace.
Considered, he is an emperor. He is a menace. What do you mean considered?
I mean, like to the point where
Are you caught up on the anime? Or
I am, but I'm saying like
manga?
I'm like to a way that everyone's actually shows like no one expected him to be up to the top. You know, everyone just expected like, oh, he's just a wannabe. It's like no. That's why I say considered.
People didn't think he had the dog in him.
Pretty much, no one expected him to actually be. When people say like, "Yo, I'll be the king of the pirates," no one actually thought it was going to be possible. Like he defeated Doflamingo, Kaido.
Hey, he's spoiling.
Everyone see the.
If you haven't seen it, you'll find out who these characters are.
I mean, it's already 25 years. If you already know about it, you've probably seen it. But everyone, and mostly doesn't help that YouTube shorts and TikToks are already spoiling it. I'll just give you a warning. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of characters that got whooped by Luffy. But still. But you don't really saw. That's why you see a deeper meaning to it, seeing how he becomes something. But we'll see how it goes. Honestly, for me, I would like to see a prequel if you ever get a chance. Around the timeline after Goldie Roger's death and before the events of.
I would honestly much rather want to see a story of Roger.
Actually, that is actually a good idea.
Because like if after like say Luffy finds the One Piece, conquers and becomes king of the pirate, I would love to see a story of like Roger and his crew. Like I know we saw some clips in Wano,
of course,
but like more in depth, like kind of like Luffy's story, like 100 episodes. I'm not gonna ask like crazy amount. You know, Oda, bless us with what you got. I already feel blessed with what you gave us so far. But if you were to give us a story of like Goldie Roger, like say just like a flashback of his childhood, and then each of his crew members and how they met and the hardships they faced along the way and the people they met, the people they lost, like that would be a great story to like make after One Piece ends, and we can call it like Two Piece. No, I'm kidding. Not Two Piece.
I feel like they will figure out. They could call One Piece the Adventure of Goldie Rogers, but I feel like
Golden Adventures
actually is a good one, but it could be taking place that you can make it either into a movie.
But remember, it's not gold.
I know. That's why I say Goldie Roger, or people say Gold Roger, or that's why I say Goldie Roger.
Some people just call him Roger.
Wouldn't be the same for me, but as I said, I think it could be either. It can be go ways. It can go as a movie, or as a season, like a show.
Did I say movie?
No, you said like a show.
Oh.
So either way, both of them sound like a good idea. Another one I think would be good would be Shanks, to see how he becomes a Yonko. Like, of course, he does not. He doesn't.
There's so much lore that we have yet to discover. You know, there's like 1,000 something. We're at like 1143 chapters,
and we still don't know much.
And we still don't know that much about Shanks, bro.
Yo, for real, they say that.
Total screen time is like 10 minutes for this dude.
Bro, you know who gets more screen time than him? A fucking panda. I think a hybrid panda gets more screen time, like maybe 20% more screen time than him.
But dude, realize this man Shanks is no joke. I think every moment he has on screen is just badassery.
I think that's why it's so important.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna dress up as Shanks as the next cosplay. How about that? I'm gonna have a whole arm missing.
I'll say we'll see how it goes. Probably it goes well, but I think that's why people love it so much when it comes to Shank. Since no one really since you get so limited time, it hits it. Like those scenes when you actually see him smash, like the scene where Shanks fights, like intervenes in Wano. Like even though he's not there.
Spoiler. Yeah. I want this one because I said it.
Okay. This is the question, like random question.
All right, go ahead.
Because we had I mentioned earlier. How do you feel about the whole controversy on banning animes in Texas?
Show me where you saw that.
This bill goes through. What this bill does does is if a person is or looks or appears to be under the age of 18 in an anime or manga or video game, they will ban it. It will no longer be legal. Games like Persona, Kill la Kill, Bleach, and even the Monogatari series have people that are under the age of 18 in their manga, novels, etc. So all those could potentially be banned. If this bill goes through, they're no longer available in Texas. So if you live in Texas, you're most likely cooked. So if you live in Texas, you're...
It's like
I don't think it's gonna pass. There's a lot of ridiculous laws that they're trying to pass right now in Texas. But if those motherfuckers ban it in Texas, best believe there's gonna be a lot of shit.
For me, I believe, in my opinion, about the whole hate or like mostly like games and stuff, they're trying to blame. I say I'll put the blame on the people, on the parents or the people that are taking care of the kids. Like they should be watching and seeing what they're doing. Like if it was me and mostly me with my parents growing up, they never let me watch things that were not above my age, like or things that I know they're not good for you.
Yeah, shout out to the Hispanic community out there. Y'all know what's up.
Same thing.
We grew up broke, but we grew up humble.
I shout out for the Hispanics.
All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. See you next time.